Hey there guys, it's I Solo, and yes, it's been quite a while since I've done any videos as of late, and for some reason all my videos are starting out like that. Wow. Anyway, but yeah, because, well, I've been pretty busy as of late, because I have a job now, thank God. So hopefully I can restore my PC and start doing some actual recording of gameplay and all that other such. And continuing all the projects that I've left off and doing future projects in the future, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna be talking about a game that is Fire Emblem IF / Fates, which is gonna be named in the US when it comes over here, 2016, I believe that's the date when it comes out in the US, because it's already out in Japan. It is the latest in the Fire Emblem series, and this is actually a game that everyone's been looking forward to ever since Awakening, because I personally enjoyed Awakening. Now, that being said, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have not played any of the Fire Emblem games before, Fire Emblem Awakening. I've heard about it when I was growing up, but I never really played it. And even when I had a Super Nintendo or a 664, I didn't hear about it back then. It was more, again, me growing up, that's when I heard about it. And actually, ever since I played Awakening, it got me interested in other games too. So if I can, I'll try to get games like Radiant Stone, Radiant Dawn, Sacred Stones, and all that other stuff. So yeah, Fire Emblem IF, game everyone's been looking forward to. I've actually been looking forward to it too, ever since I saw the trailers and saw how you choose your different path, considering what choose a different path and you get two versions of the game and all that. So it's pretty hyped. I like it. That being said, there are some features in the game that I've been running across when I was doing research about the game that are making the fans kind of uncomfortable about the series, to a point where they'll actually be considering if they're going to continue the series or not too, because they might actually implement more interesting, quote unquote interesting features in the game. Now again, and also I will tell you this right here, I have a tendency to talk about spoilers, but I'll try to keep it spoiler free as possible. But again, at the very most, I'll be talking about the characters that join you. I don't even know anything about Fire Emblem IF / Fates. I'll just be referring to it as IF now, since the Japanese version is out. Yeah, so I won't try to spoil as much for Awakening, because I played the crap out of Awakening. I got over 200 hours in that game. It's a pretty good game, especially post game when you're doing all the power leveling and all that other stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so one of the features that has been introduced to the game is the fact that you can actually you can have two units marry each other. Now, this was introduced in Fire Emblem Awakening, and this is something that I actually I really liked, because it gave you an in-depth development of the character, like their past, their futures, what they like, what they don't like, which is pretty cool too. It gave you a break from the constant battles you were doing in Fire Emblem Fire Emblem Awakening. And the game was actually relatively long, in my opinion. You would take your time. If you rush through it, you can probably finish it in a day or so. But I really liked that. I like taking my time, doing all the support conversations and doing all the other side quests. It was actually a pretty fun game. I liked it. Now, I think people don't really mind that. It's just the S rank is what people gets bothered about, because in that game, because Fire Emblem Awakening, and again, not everyone can marry each other, but certain people can marry certain people of the opposite sex, and once they do, they'll of course confess their love and then get married. You can actually open up paralogs or side quests in that game, which you will be able to recruit the future version of their child. Yeah, because the game does include time travel, even though I was actually surprised when I first saw it in Chapter 1. It was like a Stargate SG-1 portal in the sky, and all of a sudden you see all these zombie risen, as what they're called, zombie creatures, and you got to fight them. So it wasn't about war between the two countries. You also got to deal with risen. But anyway, the children from the future come from the past to prevent a catastrophe that happened in their time by teaming up with their parents to defeat the greater evil and all that other stuff. Now, so the support conversation has been added to added to Fire Emblem IF, and the children feature has also been added to Fire Emblem IF as well. Now, I've heard people say they don't like that feature at all. Me, if I get more allies, I'm happy, even if it is your child. So I have no problem with it. Again, I'm probably saying it because I played Fire Emblem Awakening, and I haven't played the other ones. I don't even know if the other one's older than Awakening had children and marriage in it. I don't know. But I enjoy that feature a lot. I don't know how the children are going to work in IF because I'm pretty sure the game that doesn't have time travel. I mean, even though you do fight another evil called Nosferatu, I believe. I don't think it includes time travel. I don't know. I've heard that it's like kind of like the hyperbolical time chamber in Dragon Ball Z. So I guess once they have the child, they put him in the hyperbolical time chamber. They grow up to be a warrior. I guess, I don't know. Again, I mean, it does sound pretty silly, but if it isn't in there, I'm surprised. Now, another feature that was in the game is the My Castle feature, and it's a hub world where you can go to different parts of your hub world, and you can do various things like go to shops you have, and you can do training, and you can even fight against people online as well. One of the shops is the accessory shop, and this is something I didn't know about till I was really looking at it a few days ago. But you can actually go to the accessory shop and you can actually customize your character, which is cool. But another thing they added is the fact that you can actually bear your allies, which is, or whether it's your family or friends. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. You can strip your family or friends down to their underwear, and you can examine them closely. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. I personally don't have a problem with that, and I'm saying that not to say I'm a pervert or anything. I just don't have a problem with that because A, it's a game. As much as I hate saying that, but A, it's a game, so it's not like it's going to affect you in any other way. And B, yeah, I mean, I don't really look into it like that. I'm like, okay, let me just try to customize my character. Even if that means I gotta strip them down in the nude, I'm gonna have to customize my character. Oh man. And not to mention that there's a hot springs feature in the game too, so you can actually view all the hot springs. I think if you're the male, you can only. I don't think it has a unisex. It's not a same-sex hot spring. I guess if you're the male Kamui or Korin, referring to him as Kamui in this video, you can actually view conversation with other male characters and vice versa with female. So yeah, and of course if you're a guy, you can choose to be the female Kamui and view all the girls in their hot springs towels. So yeah, you want to. Again, I don't really look into it, but it's something to look in. It's something to be aware of. Now another thing. Oh, and speaking of which of males and females, I forgot to mention the game actually has same-sex marriage, but it's only a small twist to it. If you choose the Hashido, correct me if I'm wrong about how I'm pronouncing that, Hashido / birthright, you can have the female Kamui marry another woman. And if you're going down the noir / conquest path, you can have the male Kamui marry a guy. But the thing is, the guy and girl who the Kamui marries, is Shura and a guy named Zero. I almost said Joker for a second there. But yeah, Zero. Yeah, if you look at Shura, she's pretty much a reincarnation of Daria. You can pretty much tell from the look. And for those who play Awakening, you know Daria had a unhealthy obsession with Robin, whether Robin was a male or female. Also, you gotta look at the A-rank conversation in that game of those two. It's pretty funny. Well, creepy but funny. So yeah, if you want to, you can actually have Kamui be a lesbian or gay. Me personally, I don't really mind this. I mean, honestly, I actually encourage this. I wish more games had. I wish more games had more bisexual lesbian or gay characters. But again, it's something that it's something you can't really take light of, because some people don't even like that. But I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it because it can make people uncomfortable. But in my opinion, I wish they had more. I remember people actually wanting more gay and lesbian, gay and lesbians. I wish that was the case. I mean, it's a good element to the game. I liked it. But again, it's not going to affect the game whatsoever. It's not like, oh, if you're gay, automatically this game's going to suck. But again, I'm not going to get into it, so I'll just leave it at that. Another thing is, and which is the meat of this video, is the Fire Emblem IF, apparently, and where you can actually have one of your family or friend come to your room, and you can actually rub them all over their face and chest. Now, when I first heard this video, I was like, wait, what? Seriously? Wait, really? I mean, no, it can't be. You're kidding. No. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, okay. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, so they're trying to experiment with this. I mean, it's Pokemon to me all over again. I have played Pokemon X, so I know exactly what they're talking about, too. I was actually surprised when I first saw that feature in Pokemon. I was like, oh, you gotta do this? Seriously? And this can make people feel uncomfortable, because think about it. I mean, not only if you're friends, you're rubbing your family in a very sexual way. Not to mention, it doesn't help that they have lewd lines in it too. I believe Camilla said something about how good your hand is, like your technique and everything. I'm like, oh well. But hey, she's your adopted sister, so it's cool, right? Okay, I should stop there. So yeah, this could actually be kind of interesting. I don't know. Oh, and also, of course, you can actually marry your siblings too. Yeah, your blood siblings or adoptive siblings too. So that's another thing people are thinking about. Like, wait, there's incest in this game? Oh no! People aren't realizing this was common back then. I mean, way back in the past, this was common. It was very common for cousins to marry each other and brothers and sisters to marry each other. So I really didn't find that surprising. It's kind of similar to Lucina and Owen. They can have a S-ring, but it was more of a companion status, not them being in love with each other. Even though I never personally saw it, but it was more of a companion kind of thing. Even though they were cousins, being Crom and Lisa's offspring. So yeah, other than that, that's all I really got to talk about. Again, don't blow this out of proportion. I mean, just because it has these features, that doesn't really put anything bad on a game. From what I've heard, the gameplay is awesome. It's just these features is what making people kind of feel uncomfortable. I'm wondering how the Fire Emblem series is going to be handled from this point onward. In my opinion, I support everything they do. Even though it's a little creepy, I still support it. But I'm kind of weird too. Hey, it's Japan. I mean, this is hard. The first weird thing I've seen. I mean, I remember there was a Vita game where you had to stroke the screen sideways. It was like you're fapping. I forget what the game was called. I don't remember. So yeah, again, don't think too much to it. I mean, it's good for a laugh, but at the end of the day, it's just a game that you enjoy. So again, don't think that much into it. So that's all I really gotta say. So again, give me guys your thoughts and opinions on the game. Will this be a deal breaker for you? If it is, I don't know why it would. I mean, the game is just as good in terms of gameplay. I don't know why this would affect you. But are you going to continue on the series? Is it the same Fire Emblem? Is it Waifu Emblem? Is it lewd Emblem? Is it hentai Emblem? I remember people calling this Waifu Emblem Awakening. I swear, because you can have so many waifus. Oh, FYI, I don't even use the word waifu. I just use it from time to time to be funny. But just think about it. You can, as the male Robin, you can marry pretty much every single female in the game. I'm assuming it's the same with IF. I don't know. So again, I say what I had to say. I wasn't going to go off with a tangent about Persona, how people are not liking Persona like 4 and 5 because it was more of a dating sim other than the dungeon crawling of the SMT series. Like compare SMT 4 to Persona 4, you can see a big difference there. But again, I'll probably do that on another video or something. So again, thoughts and opinions. What do you guys think about the Fire Emblem series? And I need to get something to drink, but it's starting to slur my words now. Good thing this happened at the end of the video. So I will see you guys in the next video. Till then guys, see ya.